against Mr. Solid Snake, realistic and solid, dopest team you can't beat. It's gangsta, nah, you ain't got this technique.
Hey man, what's happening? Yeah, here we go. Wave 3 Marvel Legends. Epic Heroes. US Agent. Gun. Shield. Repaint. Bucky Cap. Marvel Legends. Build a base. No build a figure. Okay. That's alright, I guess. Not really, but what are you going to do, right? Let's move to the back here, see what else we have. Here is the characters in the wave and the artwork, which is actually really cool. Doesn't look as bad. This actually looks really good. The artwork's really good. Yeah, we don't have those big heads or big jaws that McGinnis usually does. U.S. Agent charges boldly into battle. And U.S. Agent, Marvel's Knights, Punisher, Iron Man, a repainted re-released Doctor Doom, a repainted re-released Deadpool, a repainted re-released X-Mutants. Ah, man, a lot of re-releases and repaints, huh? This whole wave has been kit bashed, except for Iron Man. So, a lot of the same stuff here. Here's a shield. Same shield that comes with Bucky Cap. Same shield that comes with Steve Rogers, I believe. Here's the back. It's got the clip, right, for the wrist and for the back peg. Repainted. Okay, let's get into the Build-A-Base. Why do I call it a Build-A-Base? Well, because see these corners over here and these rigid edges, they connect. So if you have 4 or 5, you can make a little base, right? Or you can actually stack them on top of each other. That's why they have that quadrangle going, so they can kind of stack or zigzag, or you can build a fortress if you get enough of them. Whatever you want to do, man, your thing. Here's the gun. Better than flat black. Two-tone gun. Cool. That looks a lot better than just plain black or plain silver. Gives some character. Here's the knife, right? Same weapons that we actually got with Bucky Cap. There's only a slight problem. This guy doesn't have any holsters for it. But anyways, here he is. Bottom to top. Same exact figure as Bucky Cap, except for the head sculpt and the repaint, of course, the belt, and the gloves. So let's get into it. Same sculpt. Nice muscular sculpt that Hasbro did. Which is, I think it's a great sculpt. They just got to be careful on how they use it. I don't believe it should have been used for U.S. Agent because, according to comics, he's 6'4". Steve Rogers is 6'2". So this guy's actually taller than Steve Rogers, but not in toy form. Man, it really kills me. Here's a head sculpt. Let's dim the lights a little bit. Nice head sculpt. Resembles him. It's dead on. Great sculpt. Just like I said, the body's just not the right size, man. It really kills me. These guys should just pick up a comic, or is it so hard for Hasbro to just Google Marvel Wikia and find out the size and girth of the characters so that they can properly do them or assign them to the right body? It would have made more sense to put them on a Shield Agent body. Here's the belt, right? We talked about that. Where's the gun gonna go? Huh? Nowhere. Where's the knife gonna go? Nowhere. So, I don't know what happened there, man. Somebody dropped the ball! Oh, well. Hey, nice belt and pouches, though. Here's the bottom. Here's the new edition, right? Let's get into articulation before we get there. Let's start with the head. Looks all the way down. Looks all the way up. Great articulation in the head, left to right. It doesn't have no pivots, but it does pop off. So if you want to add an unmasked head later, cool. We got the shoulder ball joint, bicep swivel, double jointed elbow, right? And this glove. Oh, there's no forearm swivel. It's sculpted. Okay. Here we have the disjoint peg for the hand so that it rotates and moves up and down. I don't know if you can see it, but there's a wash. It's kind of like a burgundy, and it's got black wash inside the grooves, and the belt does as well too. The belt pouches. See that? You can kind of see some darker burgundy and some burgundy. It's a subtle wash, but it's in there. So I'm glad they do little stuff like that. You know what I mean? Looks pretty cool. Anyways, let's move on. Okay, we've got the ab crunch. Goes down enough, right? Now we're gonna go back. Goes okay. We've got the waist swivel. We've got that T-joint that does well. It goes all the way up like it should. We've got that thigh swivel. We've got the double jointed knees. We've got a calf swivel. Okay. We've got the toe joint, right? Points forward, points up a little bit. And the ankle rocker, right? So pretty good articulation. Same articulation as Bucky. It's got everything you need to do your posing and all your good ACBA, right? Now, let's get into the grip, the gun. He holds the gun really good in his right hand. Even gets the finger through the trigger hole. So, holds the gun, excellent, excellent. Now we have another little problem though. The knife, no, it doesn't fit in the left hand. Falls right out. Horrible. Falls right out. Okay, so you're thinking, it's fine, because it probably goes in the right hand, right? Look at that shit, man. Well, okay. Let's go to the left hand. No, it doesn't hold in the left hand. You got to push it in all the way and kind of get the back, I guess that back part of the center part of the knife through, but he doesn't hold his knife at all. He can hold another gun though in the other hand if you want to wield two guns in a battle, but does not hold that knife. Don't even know why they gave it to us if it's not going to work. Anyways, now let's get into the big kicker for me on why this figure could have been a 10, but instead it's getting an 8 because he's shorter than Steve Rogers. Now we all know that this Steve Rogers is just a tad bit too tall, man. I don't care what anybody says. This Steve Rogers is really tall for me. I mean, I don't know if it's the boots or the way they sculpted that lower part of the leg, but fuck, he's really tall in this one. So there's, you know what? Honestly, U.S. Agent should have been just a tad bit taller, man. Just a little bit. I don't know, a quarter of an inch, right? A quarter of an inch. Anyways, here's another comparison. So this is what kind of will confuse everybody. He's actually the same height as the Ultimate Captain America from Toy Biz. So for all the guys that are complaining about scale issues, I mean, well, you have scale with your Toy Biz figures and you have scale with your Hasbro figures, and just because Hasbro's kind of doing their own thing, and Toy Biz wasn't always on scale either. But let me tell you something about Marvel Legends Collection with Toy Biz and Hasbro. Fucking scales are all over the place, man. Nothing is, our scales are off everywhere. But it's an easy fix. Look, you can actually match up the waist, okay, and the knees actually match up. It's just the lower part of the leg. And then if you're thinking, well, he should be just as big as Steve Rogers, well, he's really not that much off as far as build. He's got decent biceps, decent triceps, and then if you look at the girth of the chest, here, let me fold the arm down. Now, if we compare chest, let's compare muscles. Where do you work out? I work out at goals. I work out at 24. Anyways, let me throw the hands to the back. Here we go. Comparing chest muscles. See, so they're not very off as far as girth and muscularity. It's just the height. And if you put them next to each other, see, waist to waist, thigh to thigh, and then you go down the figure and you look at it, right? So everything matches up. Even the kneecaps match up. Now here's where the fucking problem's at. See that part? That boot part that came with Bucky Cap? That shit's just too short. So really, all you have to do is switch out the lower part of the legs, and he'll be just as tall as your Steve Rogers. Or maybe just, give him just maybe something that's a 1/4 inch bigger, as far as boots, and he'll be the right height. He's a tall guy though, man. Like I said, he's supposed to be 6'4". Steve Rogers is 6'2". So I don't mind seeing this guy being just as tall as this Steve, although this Steve is a little too tall. But anyways, here he is in all his glory, the long-awaited U.S. agent and his shortcomings. He's still a good character to have, still a great addition to your Marvel Legends. I think it's an easy fix. Don't give up. There's hope. Just somebody at Hasbro, man, pay attention to the scales. It's not hard to go buy a comic book for $3 to find out shit on U.S. Agent. It's really not that hard, man. It's really not even hard to look up Wikipedia, man. Take 3 minutes of your time to research the character before you slap a body on him to make sure he's the right height, right girth. And, us fans will be happy, man. Our scales are all over the place. But, like I said, partly both faults. Anyways, we've got more reviews coming from Wave 3. So, go get you some!